right, what's going on, everyone? We have tried the Starlink, I don't remember what version.
It's Gen 2.
Gen 2 Starlink. Works great, right? Everybody's got this new hype for the Mini. We decided to jump on board for going down the road and having service. Because there's a lot of areas where there is no cell service or anything, just driving down the road. So to allow you to surf the internet and all that while rolling into lesser populated areas. Obviously this is your dish. It's not a powered dish. It does not have a motor to spin it around, so it's a lot smaller. Comes with a lot of cable. This is just to power it, and then a power brick. How are you going to mount that in your vehicle? Well, there's a lot of options for on top of racks and various other options, but we don't have that. We have a soft top. So we got pieces of aluminum. American Adventure Lab makes a bracket that'll put it up on our volley panel, overhead volley panel that we have in here. And this will work also for the JK once we do one as well. So we can interchange this dish between the two depending on where we're going. So we're gonna see how good this bracket works, holding the Starlink. Try to route the wire in a nice kind of orderly fashion, although I am going to have to be able to remove this easily, so I got to kind of keep that in mind. And we're going to find out once and for all if Starlink Mini will actually work through a soft top with the metal bar going over it and all that. I don't know, so we'll find out.
And you can get this powder coated.
Yep.
We opted to keep it raw because nobody's going to see it anyway.
Well, and because time-wise, we always wait till the last minute to do stuff. Just like, look behind us. We're leaving now. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is a pretty similar video to another install that we've done recently. Last minute, showed up last minute. So you're gonna hear a lot of wind noise. We are having some insane wind at home. So sorry about that. But we're in a big metal building with no insulation, so you're gonna hear it all. So they are Allen head screws. They have nut zerts in them. So you won't be tightening these down very tight. You don't want to spin those nut zerts. So this is already looking like this is going to be a breeze of an install. Let's see how good it fits on here.
It looks like it encapsulates it.
Yes. It's got the two tabs on the sides and then right here. So, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that'll work good. And that'll mount right to our volley panel. Sweet. I'm gonna go find what Allen this is. If I remember correctly, they use
M4.
Yeah, they use metrics. Hey, they stayed true to it. M4, or not M4, H4. All right. So, anyways.
So it's a hex.
Yeah, it's just a.
It's not an Allen.
4mm Allen. I believe I'll be able to plug this in while it's up there.
It's super easy to plug in from down here. I was actually going to leave it plugged in, and I'm like, eh.
I think I'm going to plug it in now.
It goes over here.
Yeah, I want to go through that though.
Yes.
So it's just barrel plugs.
Yep.
Okay. So let's in your mittens.
What's wrong with mittens?
All right, let's go to the Jeep. Around the driver's side. We'll probably have to hop up top.
You might have to mount it on the driver's side or in the back in that big spot.
That's what I'm going for. Won't go that way.
Ah, dang. Won't fit
right
that way
there.
either, will it?
Huh?
It'll fit that way?
Yeah. So I'm gonna sit that there. I'm gonna run a couple of these screws up and into there. I just noticed they give me 6 screws.
Probably.
Huh.
Extras in case you lose one.
It's like they know how people work.
Or they saw our name and they're like, ah, it's those guys.
It's those guys.
Last time we didn't send them the right hardware.
We had to overnight it. Yep, so we'll run it right up through the hole.
And it just goes into like these little holes right here, not the actual square for the molly.
Yep. Now I'm not gonna tighten these yet. Just gonna run them up.
And the other thing too is, I don't know why, because there's actually a lot of soft tops, but they must not be in the overlanding or off-roading community. But they say, and there's other companies that make brackets like this. There's Moto Built and other companies like that, JCR and stuff. They say the strength of the Mini will go through a hard top, but nobody talks about a soft top.
Remember when I was talking about why they give me extra screws?
Are you sitting on it?
Good news. I'm glad they gave me extra screws. I already lost one.
Ah, Jesus. Hey, American Adventure Lab, thanks for the extra hardware because we already lost it.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know.
Good
Should
Lord.
not be allowed to be rushed. Okay.
Haven't you learned?
Yeah. But the problem is we keep doing it, you know. Peek down here, you can see. Oh, it's just running right up through the panel.
Well, not the panel, the
Right
bracket.
through the molly panel, yep. So, that'll work. And then I'll just pinch it together. It's got a little bit of movement in it, which is perfect because you don't want it to be, you want to have some adjustment. Probably should have brought an extension over here. Remember, we are going into nut zerts. Not going to get crazy on it. And actually, I was going to say, I'm a big fan of anti-seize when you thread it in nut zerts.
But it's on the inside.
I know, so I'm kind of like, eh. All right, now I'm going to push this one in as I do this, just to make sure.
And honestly, because we have 2 Jeeps and only 1 molly panel right now, once we decide to pull the trigger on the other molly panel, you just unbolt this whole thing.
Yep. Well, and she means this.
Yeah, this, no.
Because we don't, do you mean the brackets?
Yeah,
Oh, we'll just keep this one. This is going to go in between both.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't need to buy another one. We'll just have to get this for your Jeep.
Yes, yeah, the actual molly we would have to get for the
Yeah, 'cause we
JK.
haven't got it yet. There we go. That's pretty decent. The only thing I can see that I might do down the road is I might get some foam tape, because I can see that maybe rattling a little bit. But that's not a big deal. A little foam tape.
Now,
Honestly, I could just shove some wrappers up in there.
yeah. So, blah. It's routed.
Done. And video's over. You plug it in and you go.
Close the soft top. I imagine there's gonna be, yeah, there's way more room.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I
clearance.
can still get my hand under there. Not that you can see it very well,
Yeah.
but
I lost my hat holder though.
no, you didn't. It's right here.
All right. we'll
You
open this
mean
back
your
up.
wannabe chip holder?
Whatever. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to tuck it along the speaker here. I don't know if it's actually gonna stay tucked.
Okay.
It actually dropped in there. I just can't get my finger in there. I'll have to grab it and kind of push it down in there more.
Like a little finger?
Like a butterfinger.
Oh, not even my finger.
Like I said, this is going to be going in and out of vehicles, so I'm not going to get technical, or very technical, but I want to keep it up and out of.
Harm's way.
Yep. So,
Well, child's way.
yeah, that is harm. That's the most harm you could possibly do to one of these out of technical. So, let's see here. Where can I run this?
Down the roll bar.
Yep, let me see here. Okay, so if you look up here, this metal bracket right here does not actually move. Down here on the soft top, that stays stationary.
Yeah, this is probably a little different on a hard top.
Yeah, so I'm gonna feed the wire all the way through this, which would have been a lot easier to do going the other way because there's way less wire, but it's already plugged in. So,
I wonder if you could just get an extra power cord to leave it routed.
yeah. I'm just going behind the metal, and this will help hold it up from hanging down at the door. So if you got your full seat, it won't be hanging down. You won't have kids using it as a train horn or a semi horn.
Nobody else's kids does that.
I really wonder though. I feel like there is other kids out there.
No.
There's no way it's just ours. I mean, he is different, but.
And then you could honestly fold it up and put it in that little pouch right there on the, yeah.
Oh, the fridge smashes up against that.
Oh, no it doesn't. It hits the thing that the seat buckles into first.
Well, I'm just gonna go like this, right up in here. Look, that broken plastic's coming out handy. I'll get the little adapter here. Our EcoFlow power station is gonna be over here. Our, was it Delta?
Delta Max.
Delta Max. Because this cord, well, it actually reaches pretty far, but with our fridge, it has to go there. Otherwise, I don't have any room. So, just like that, plug-ins there. So now when I get the power station and the fridge set in here, good to go.
Easy install.
Way easy. And like I was saying, if I was actually installing this permanently in my vehicle, I'd probably do some double-sided tape, put a couple squares up there just to stick it down. And then along here, could have done zip tie if you wanted to run it the same way. But another option you'd have is actually unbolt your plastic and put it in your plastic.
Yeah.
You know, but it depends where you're running. If you're running it up front, it's different. But, you know, a little more time into it makes a cleaner install. So this is just going to get yanked in and out probably.
And we got to figure out something for the power wagon too. So
I got to find somebody that has like suction cups for a sunroof. So if you guys know of a company that you've seen or used that uses suction cups, well, let me know, because I need to get them out for the power wagon. And that's not going to work in the power wagon. There is no overhead molly for that bad boy. So let me know if you know of a company. Otherwise, yeah, I think this is probably,
that's it for now. We'll be testing it tomorrow. So
yeah, I can't. It's going to be fine.
We'll see you in the morning. We are back from our trip in the Ozarks where we tested the Starlink Mini on the soft top of the Gladiator. I currently have our EcoFlow River Pro sitting on the seat delete platform. It does not pull a whole lot of power, which I will show you here in just a second. I've got to scoot the seat back. Okay. So, this is fully charged. Well, 99%. It's been sitting for a few days since we last charged it. The one complaint that a lot of people have is Starlink sends you the brick box, the plug-in here. If you are putting this into a power station, so this is the side on the Gen 1 River Pro that it plugs into. The Gen 1s only have three ports. If you had this and plugged in across the three, then you can't access any of the other ones. So you would have to do it on one of the ends. So I'm going to turn this on, and then I will show on the EcoFlow how much power it actually draws. So it's powering on. It's at 37 watts, 38. Let me go over to the Starlink app and see if it's connected yet. As mentioned earlier, we do have the Gen 2 Starlink there, which we are running all of our household internet off of. Doing this is cheaper than the local internet company that we were using. The local internet company we were using was $155.15 a month. This is $120 a month. In the testing that I did before switching to this permanently, there was no difference in upload or download speeds. Now, this is the factory mount that it comes with. It is actually going to go up. We have an old dish that was on the house when we moved in. We bought an adapter to put that onto the dish spot there, and I will link that down in the description below for you guys off at Amazon. Okay, so the Starlink Mini is connected. Typically in the Ozarks, when we had this going and plugged in, it was drawing about 20 watts. I don't remember off the top of my head how much the Gen 2 pulls. So now that the update is done, you can see right now it is currently bouncing between 20 watts and like 40 watts. And then the EcoFlow is already down to 98%. So if you are only running with one power station, especially EcoFlow, I would definitely consider getting the EcoFlow alternator charger. I will put a link in the description below for any EcoFlow products if you want to pick them up. We are affiliates for EcoFlow, so if you use that link, we will make a very small commission off of that purchase. If this is the only portable power station that you have, this could probably put a damper on some people's weekend camping trips. I mean, if you got a fridge plugged in, hopefully you got a fridge plugged in to a little bit bigger power station, like maybe a Delta or a Delta Max, if you're using EcoFlow, or something bigger than a 600 watt, or a diesel heater. Between those three in conjunction, running together, it would probably drain one power station like this. Instead of using the wall plug-in and have it plug in to like a wall outlet, like on the side of this EcoFlow River, it's a USB on the other end. So like I said, I will link that down in the description below. You can get them off of Amazon. They do come in different lengths. So if you are not somebody like us that has multiple vehicles that you are constantly switching between, you can get a shorter USB adapter cable so you don't have all the extra wire. As far as the American Adventure Lab Starlink Mini bracket goes, our only complaint is it did end up rattling, and as you can see, Jared stuffed some Kleenexes in there, which helped most of it for most of the time. Now they're flat and it still kind of rattles. I did send American Adventure Lab an email just giving them some feedback on the Starlink Mini brackets. They said it is a relatively new item that they have brought to market, and I am the second person to tell them that it rattles. So I had suggested maybe send some foam tape in with it if people don't have to use it, cool. But overall performance of the Starlink Mini when out in the Ozarks. We were in the Ozarks. There was a lot of tree cover. It is to be expected with any Starlink, when there is a lot of tree cover, it is not going to do as good. Even Starlink themselves says that you need to have a clear, unobstructed view of the sky so the unit can connect with the satellites. It still actually would allow us to get on YouTube, read emails, surf the internet in some spots when we were parked at camp. And if you want access to those coordinates for our camp, you can always get those from becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You will have access to our routes, waypoints. I am doing trail write-ups for those of you guys to add extra value, and any discount codes that we get, I am sharing on those platforms for you guys as well. If you went with another company to mount your Starlink Mini, definitely comment down below. There are a lot that mount to the outside of like a hardtop, and with the Power Wagon, that is something we are going to have to go with. It's either going to have to suction cup to the sunroof, or we're going to have to suction cup it to the bottom of the sunroof. That is a bridge we will have to cross when we get there, which will probably be at the end of this month when we go take the Power Wagon on its trip in the Mark Twain. Definitely like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Don't forget to check out the link in the description below for all of your Dirt Rock Team merch, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye!